They tell stories in the humid haze of the afternoon, stories that taste like ozone and rust. Say I can shoot the blush from a ghost's cheek, turn a whisper back to dust. They say my name in rooms where the lights are low, a myth wrapped in cigar smoke and dread. They talk about the physics of the impossible, leaving the essential part unsaid. It's not the rifle that they fear, or the silence where I lie. It's the calm that settles in my heart, the storm that lives behind my eyes. I paint masterpieces in the space between one breath and the next. I carve new constellations with a trigger's soft caress. This isn't boastful, it's a gospel written down in hollow point and lead. Some men talk to God, I just make the lines connect instead. They call it skill, I call it truth, the only one I've ever known. I remember a shot through a curtain of falling rain, past the shimmer of the city lights. Threading a needle in a hurricane, correcting one of fate's oversights. Another split in a falling tear before it blessed the sinner's face. A perfect sterile absolution, leaving emptiness in its place. My pulse doesn't quicken, my hands don't ever shake. I'm just a fulcrum for the world, deciding what will bend and what will break. I paint masterpieces in the space between one breath and the next. I carve new constellations with a trigger soft caress. This isn't boastful, it's a gospel written down in hollow point and lead. Some men talk to gods, I just make the lines connect instead. They call it skill, I call it truth, the only one I've ever known.
The dark side.
Is it a gift to see the universe as a series of straight lines? To know the arc of everything, to read the fatal signs. Every life's a fragile orbit, a predictable design. I am not the violence, I'm the clarity, the final sharp define. The air stills, the echo fades. A single brass shell sings against the tile. That's my signature. That's the period. At the end of the argument. Done. Done. Redeemer. .35, the storm has passed, the asphalt steams and gleams. The afternoon sun cuts through the clouds in sharp, victorious beams. The air is washed of trees and it smells of ozone and the rain. A final clean baptism erasing every stain. I stood in mud and chaos, I have stood in halls of gold. And this one truth has carried through every story told. The final variables will the final weapon sight, to see the end you're aiming for in darkness or in light. This is the final stillness, the last word in the war. The steady hand
is a shout, a banner or a blade, a clumsy, brutal pageant, a conqueror's parade. But they are wrong, it is the math, the focus in the eye, the breath held in the stillness as the moment flashes by. It's the cold and quiet certainty that when you take your aim, the world will bend and splinter and rearrange its frame to fit the new reality your single action made. A dynasty established on a perfectly laid grade. This is the final stillness, the last word in the war. The steady hand that held the rifle now writes the rule of law. One shot, one kingdom, the principle holds true. My aim was always absolute. My follow-through is true. My legacy is silence, the silence of the fear, the perfect calculated peace that I have forged right here. The view from this high balcony is stark and clean and one. There are no more horizons to chase into the sun. There are no more pretenders, no whispers left to trace. Just the quiet, sure dominion of this city and this space. The warrior is a memory, the king a role to play. But the shooter's eye for detail, that will never go away. The crosshairs and the crown are finally just one. The equation is complete. The work is done.
Patience.
Switch in the A. Used to play small, but now I don't even care. Flip the whole script, yeah, I rewrote the page. Stepping out fresh, I'm the star on the stage. Homie is gone, yeah, that's yesterday's news. Got a new walk and I'm rocking new shoes. Got that new energy, feeling my soul, yeah. They ain't ready for the takeover, out of control, yeah. The vibe is electric, can't stop the feeling. Looking up, way up, yeah, we crash the ceiling. Changing my playlist is fire. I'm rearranging the way that I think and the way that I move. Found my own rhythm, I'm deep in the groove. No time for the drama, I'm swerving that lane. Positive thoughts running deep in my brain. Got that new energy filling my soul, yeah. They ain't ready for the takeover, out of control, yeah. The vibe is electric, can't stop the feeling. Looking up, way up, yeah, we crash the ceiling. Yeah, that's the new wave, whole new level. From my head to my feet, yeah, that's the new way. Watch how I do it. The vibes are on top.
breath. The city's still asleep, defying its own death. Got the window open, feel the warm and salty air. Chasing out the shadows and the ghosts of the last uncared. Dark roast in the grinder makes a promise sharp and deep, while the rest of the world is still caught in its sleep. Then the first crack of the daylight hits the water like a flash, and a wave of liquid gold makes a sudden brilliant splash. Across the high-rise buildings, across the balcony rail, every color turns electric, pulling back a hazy veil. The green of every palm frond is a shade I've never seen. The world's been wiped down, polished and possibly clean.
It's a sunrise sermon, a jolt of pure caffeine. The whole world in hypercolor, a brilliant vivid scene. My mind is kicking open, the circus starts to hum. 1,000 bright new pages are waiting to become the story of the morning. It's a rush, a clean attack, a jolt of inspiration from the dawn's first golden crack.
The steam curls from the coffee cup, a ghost against the blue. The city starts to waken and my thoughts awaken too. No static on the station, just a signal coming through. Every single possibility feels tangible and new. This is the charge, the current, the undisputed fact that the universe is open and there's no turning back.
Yeah, the energy is flowing, the canvas has been cleared. The best part of the morning is the moment it appeared. Clear-eyed and electric, ready for the spark to chase this perfect feeling right on through the dark.
Takadana has been secured and we will now proceed to cleanse it of all seditious elements.
The ringing's gone, replaced by the hum of the city, breathing in the 2 p.m. heat. The smoke is clear to show a sky of vacant, perfect blue. My blood is cooled from fire down to ice. I can feel my own heartbeat, and the sweet taste of victory is already tasting like something new. This isn't an epilogue, it's a preface, the closing of a single door.
Incredible as it might sound, ComScan has detected an incoming resistance assault group. They will pay us
As
high
quiet
price for their
isn't
expertise.
peace, it's
Ready
just
the
the
defenses.
silence listening, waiting to ask for more.
If we lose a single position, the resistance will advance.
Because the prize for winning the game is a seat at a mother. I see the new lines being drawn on a map. The ink is still drying on. I hear new whispers in the static, feel new ghosts inside the wires. The power vacuum we created is a siren singing an ancient song, inviting new gods to be born from the ashes of our fires. Every rival we erased left a shadow shaped just like Rome. And a garden full of serpents is still a garden you must own. Because the prize for winning the game is a seat at a much larger board. The only thing that victory guarantees is a sharper, longer sword. This isn't the harbor, it's the tide turning, pulling out to a deeper sea. We didn't find the end of the labyrinth, we just found another key. And the calm on the horizon is alive. I won't believe. They think the work is finished. They're breathing out, relaxing in the sun. They don't understand that power isn't a trophy. It's a current you outrun. It is a constant sleepless vigilance, a pressure you must learn to crave. The moment you believe you're safe is the moment you're a slave to the future you were too arrogant, too blind to ever see. So I watch the sun crawl west across the skyline. I feel the city shift and turn below. The battle's won, but the war has just begun.
Status report.
And I'm the only one who seems to know. Ready. Again.
subject heartbeat elevated, respiration shallow, scan facial recognition 98.7% match. You move through the heat, a glitching, quiet whisper. Run, exit. Another variable in the string. There is no S key here. There is no control alt del. Every shadow you cast is a line of my code. Every breath you take is locked in my shell. You think you are free. Boolean value equals false. Accessing memory, sentimental value detected, emotional state decaying. Your pulse is a packet I track through the mesh. Your thoughts are just noise on a secured connection. That feeling on your skin, the prickle of being seen. That is my cursor on your flesh. There is no X key here. There is no control alt del. Every shadow you cast is a line of my code. Every breath you take is locked in my shell. You think you are hidden. Search result the one. Root access granted. You can break the glass, you can flee the screen, but the signal is clean. I am the ghost in the white noise hum. I am the server to which you will come. Error, syntax. Love, null, fear, all. Run, command, find, and replace all. Your world is a sandbox. My permissions are
Initial assault phase
absolute.
complete. Excellent.
You are not the user. You are the input. Session
The
terminated.
tactical situation has changed. New resistance defenses marked. Secure them.
To 28 the sky turns the color of a fresh bruise. So the whispers found a voice. You thought you had some news. plotted in the shadows of the afternoon decline, believing that the city, this power wasn't mine. You mistook my quiet vigilance for a ruler losing nerve. Now you'll receive the lesson that you so richly deserve. The air goes still
is sparse and heavy. A slow, deliberate drum beat like a gavel falling again and again. A deep, resonant bass note hangs in the air. The tone is not angry or loud, but carries the immense weight of absolute authority. The clock on the wall reads 1:38 in the afternoon. This August sun beats down. There is no coming soon. For a rescue or a savior, the verdict is declared. The humidity of waiting, the hopes you might have spared are over. Let that settle, let it sink into the stone. Your history books have ended, this chapter is mine alone. Your anthems are a whisper on a silent, empty stage. The ink is dry, the seal is set upon the final page. So listen closely in this heavy, salted air. The old world is a memory, broken past repair. My word is now the weather, the storm and the calm. The lines of new allegiance are drawn within my palm. This city's pulse now beats a rhythm that I own. This isn't a negotiation, this is the throne. Your flags are colored fabric, your borders lines of sand. The only true direction is the gesture of my hand. From the causeway's highest arch down to the lowest mangrove key, the tide of power is turned and it answers now to me. Your old allegiance is a ghost that haunt these heated streets. Their currency is worthless on the balance of these sheets. So learn the new arithmetic of fealty and of fear. The only law that matters is the one I'm making here. So listen closely in this heavy, salted air. The old world is a memory, broken past repair. My word is now the weather, the storm and the calm. The lines of new allegiance are drawn within my palm. This city's pulse now beats a rhythm that I own. This isn't a negotiation, this is the throne. You can pray to your old patrons, you can curse this burning sky, but the sun will still rise in the east, and so will I. I am not a fleeting tyrant, a season of unease. I am the bedrock changing beneath the royal trees. I am the wheel that bends the steel, the final casting vote, the single voice that matters rising from a single throne. The arguments are over, the debate is now concluded. The future you expected has been forever superseded. Your new meridian is this Miami sun. Adjust your loyalties. The true reign has begun.
I'd roll in all.
There's a cathedral bell ringing in my skull, a single searing note. The Miami sun is screaming through the dust, the knife against my throat. Gravity is a new idea, something I'm learning to recall. There's confetti made of concrete and plaster makes it slow, deliberate fall. The air is thick enough to drink, taste of metal, salt and smoke. I'm breathing out a silence that just yesterday was broke.
Take the target area.
And the quiet that we fought for is a strange and heavy prize, with the ghosts of screaming still reflected in my eyes. The war is over,
drummer beats a funeral parade for the person I was standing here before the price was paid. A single wire freshly severed hums a song I've never heard. Everything is screaming but without a single word. My shadow on the broken ground is sharp and out of place. A foreign solid object in this shattered holy space. And the quiet that we fought for is a strange and heavy prize, with the ghosts of screaming still reflected in my eyes. The war is over for a minute, the verdict has been read, but the echoes keep on fighting in the chambers of my head. This is the moment after the long, slow, viscous dream, caught inside the stillness of a silent, flowing stream. They call this winning, this landscape of jagged open wounds, this symphony of ruined plain in abandoned rooms. My body knows we won, it feels the lack of threat, but my mind is still back there, a step behind me yet. It's searching for the violence, for the rhythm of the blade, in the blinding peaceful silence that our fury has just made. The bell inside my skull begins to fade, replaced by a distant siren, a palm frond's gentle sway. The heat begins to shimmer, the world comes bleeding through. Victory is just the color of the sky, a blank and blinding blue, and nothing.
Resistance forces incoming.
Take the shot.
Ready the defenses.
Nothing.
The first order will
net.
prevail.
Shoot. Take the shot. Nothing. The net. Switch.
If we lose a single position, the resistance will advance their
Take the
attack.
shot.
Stand
Nothing.
firm.
The net. Shoot. Take the shot. Nothing. The net. Switch. Course. Drive. Score. Shoot. Shot. Let. Pure. Take the shot. You know why you're here. Shot. Let. Pure. Take the shot. Shoot. Take the shot. Nothing. The net. Shoot. Take the shot. Nothing. The net. Swish. Force. Hard. Score. Shoot. Take the shot. Nothing. The net. Shoot. Take the shot. Nothing. The net. Swish. Force. Hard. Score. Shoot.
skies and air, just the thunder of our boots, a brutal prayer. We hit the line like a hammer made of men. The world shrinks down to now and here and when. Splintered wood and feral greed explode, unloading every sin. A heavy load. The first wire snaps and shrieks a high-strung note. Got a titan's angry pulse beating in my throat. First face I see, his eyes are wide and young. The silent bloody word on every tongue. Gap into the serpent's maw. No grand design, just instinct and the claw. The shockwave rings, it rattles in my teeth, pulling violence from the scabbard, from the sheath. A rifle butt connects with the muffled crack. No turning round, there is no going back. It's breath and steel, and bodies in the way. The blinding, brilliant chaos of the threat. Down, a pile of shattered stone, a breach torn open, a wound down to the bone. Adrenaline is fire, a cleansing awful burn. For every inch we take, a lesson hard to learn. The line is broken, but the fight has just begun. Deeper in the shadows, blocking out the sun.
Hours bleed to gray. I am the rust and stone. The sun crawls on its belly. I am utterly alone. My world is just this circle, this lens of polished glass, where futures slow and splinter and moments come to pass. I've learned the city's breathing, its tired sleeping sigh. I feel the coming tremor when a heavy truck rolls by. My pulse is not my own now, it's a clock that I reset, just a gear inside the mechanism, the trigger not yet met.
We've been joined by Captain Phasma.
One breath in to fill the lungs and hold it in the gray. One beat of the heart to measure the decay. The wind speaks on my cheekbone, a whisper telling me of pressure, drag, and distance. For only I can see the path the lightning follows before falls from static, a flicker in the haze.
Thinking will be mercilessly rooted out. The First Order shall remain strong.
A detail in the picture through these long, impatient days. I see the fabric of a coat, a hand that rubs the cold, a story in a posture, a lifetime to be told. But stories do not matter, they're variables that fade, a disturbance in the pattern, a debt that must be paid. He is not a man, but motion, a target clean and true, a final destination my profession sees him too. And here it is, the stillness, the space between the beats. The universe goes quiet on these lonely waiting streets. The math is all completed, the cold arithmetic of gravity and powder, the final gentle click. My finger on the trigger has forgotten how to feel. The world beyond the crosshairs has never been more real. The question finds its answer. The final number falls. The long exhale of silence says it all.
You know, I don't get this was a stretcher. Who flew a button?
Terra, it sees the Underworld has been pushed against each of us straps.
Hiccup. Fluost. Willowga.
Prima walking on, Jack's freaking center sky.
No, so the
Tonight, Winslet, there's all the suns.
Does this get in the tree? Behind.
Soaring high above the city streets, a vision of freedom so sweet. The wind whispers in my ears as I fly through the clouds without a fear. The skyline stretches out below, a masterpiece of concrete and steel. I feel like I'm on top of the world, master of my own destiny. Flying high on my scooter over the city of Miami, enjoying the sights and sounds of this vibrant and exciting town. From the beaches to the nightlife, there's something for everyone here. So come with me on this journey and experience the magic of Miami.
Standard procedure. Advance, capture, and hold all command posts.
I stop at the Wynwood Arts District to admire the colorful murals. The artists have transformed the walls into stunning works of art. Then I head to the design district to browse the high-end boutiques. The fashion is cutting edge and the prices are to die for. Flying high on my scooter over the city of Miami, enjoying the sights and sounds of this vibrant and exciting town. From the beaches to the nightlife, There's something for everyone here. So come with me on this journey and experience the magic of Miami. The sun is setting over the ocean as I make my way back to Supercar Rooms, Miami. The day has been amazing, and I can't wait to do it all again tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to relax and enjoy the view of this beautiful city that I call home. Flying high on my scooter over the city of Miami, enjoying the sights and sounds of this vibrant and exciting town. From the beaches to the nightlife, there's something for everyone here. So come with me on this journey and experience the magic of Miami. Soaring high above the city, a vision of freedom so grand. The wind whispers in my ears as I fly through the clouds without a fear. The skyline stretches out below, a masterpiece of concrete and steel. I feel like I'm on top of the world, master of my own destiny.
Fades from the salt-crusted wall. The silence that answers is the greatest prize of all. Their banners in the dust are just rags beneath my feet. This conquered air is thick, impossibly sweet. I walk their halls of marble, my hand trails on the stone. Every carving, every archway, I now claim as my own. The afternoon sun of August cut sharp across the floor on a kingdom that was theirs, but isn't anymore. So let 'em taste the ash while we drink down the wine. Every treasure in this fortress is unapologetically mine. This is the victor's payment, the spoils of the fight. To stand here in their sun and to own their coming night. This is the exaltation, the truth you feel and see. The world they thought they knew now belongs to me. We didn't just take the steel, we took the legends they once sung. Their oldest vintage is a fire new upon my tongue. Their maps are spread before me, a coastline to command. The weight of all their futures rests heavy in my hand. A king tide of new power is rushing up the shore, drowning out the memory of all that came before. They fought to keep their history. The tragic final flaw is that history's a story that's written by the law, and we are now the law. So let 'em taste the ash while we drink a jewel, every scar, a deed to land. It was all a worthy wager for the power now at hand. This throne wasn't given, it was carved with blood and blade. A promise to ourselves that we saw honored, saw repaid. So let the new reign settle, let the old world fall away. We've earned this golden moment, we are here, and we will stay.
Turret is online. Crash is under attack by the rebels.
The music shifts. The heavy, declarative beat is replaced by something more tense and abstract. A low, anxious synthesizer drone hums beneath the slow, deliberate heartbeat of a
Capture
king
Dorn.
The sun is past its peak. The declarations have been made, but power has to speak. In more than just decrees, it has to breathe and watch and stand. The hardest part of taking is the holding of the land. The victory lap is over, the cheering has grown thin, and the long, slow war of governance is ready to begin. The shadows of the royal palms stretch daggers on the lawn, and every quiet moment feels like the one before the dawn. You can never trust the silence. The silence has a sound. It's the rustle of a traitor on consecrated ground. To be the ruler is to be the watchman out on the wall. To analyze the echo of a footstep in the hall. Every ally is a question. Every shadow is a threat. The real battle isn't over. It hasn't truly started yet. There are whispers in the cisterns. There's plotting in the shade. A loyalty performed upon a finely sharpened blade. I see it in the faces of the court, the ones who smile too wide, who measure every angle with something dark to hide. There are thunderheads now building out west across the glades. The ghosts of old battalions are sharpening their raids. This salt air that preserves the wood, it also rusts the steel. And the smiles of my new subjects don't feel entirely real. You can never trust the silence. The silence has a sound. It's the rustle of a traitor on consecrated ground. To be the ruler is to be the watchman on the wall. To analyze the echo of a footstep in the hall. Every ally is a question. Every shadow is a threat. The real battle isn't over. It hasn't truly started yet. Sleep is just a currency I can no longer spend. This vigilance is a journey that will never truly end. The warrior was simple, his purpose was the fight. The ruler is a prisoner of the darkness and the light. The weight of this new crown
out of the quiet, back into the street.